Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. You have reached Ray Ray all day at this YouTube street, lane, boulevard, circle, court. Anyway, season 12, episode 8. Interesting. Diana gets it cracking. Oh, is she a bitch? She's giving the people what they want? Oh, okay. Got to get the people what they want. Okay, cool. We're going to discuss that a little later. But yeah, thanks again. And thanks again. I'm always thank you because I know gratitude goes a long way. I ain't trying to bribe nobody, nothing like that. I'm just saying. I appreciate you because you ain't got to be here, but you do. You must like what you hear and a little bit of what you see. But anyway, we're going to get into this season 12, episode 8 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We start off, with Garcelle meets up with Cherie, a new addition. Is she a friend of the show? You know, who she was married to, the one who slapped Chris Rock, the one who's married to that messy heifer at that red table. Yeah, I'm talking mess. And shoot. Anyway, Cherie is kind of cute with her sass. And I'm here for Cherie joining the show. I think we need some more folks on the show, maybe replace a couple. But I know the more the merrier. And I'm glad to see her. She's vibrant, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, she can handle herself with anybody. And I think she'll do well. They're just strolling through the park, reminiscing, and Garcelle mentions how she used to, fuck on Will. And that was, after he and Cherie divorced, of course. But her and Cherie became friends well after that. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's not like she knew Cherie at the time. And, that's not cute. It really ain't. Anyway, next we see Crystal Clear welcoming her husband, the Prince of Norfolk. Child, wherever he was at, was he in Britain somewhere? Anyway, her Crystal's brother. Oh, I forget his name. I didn't even write it down. Anyway, he was there, and he's the big pop star over in China. Good for him. Get your coin, boo. Apparently, Mr. Minkoff, the Prince of Norfolk, wants to find out how Diana's doing with the group. So Crystal Clear kind of, describes Diana's first girls' trip with the ladies like Crystal Clear's first trip last year. Do you agree? I don't. See, Crystal Clear is here. Here she is trying to gauge more camaraderie because she got some shit with her. Them 12, 14, 16, 50, 11 friends that she no longer has, got something to say. Along with about, 3 folks on the cast who can attest. But, like Dorit said, Crystal Clear is young and she hasn't experienced enough life to know that what she's saying and doing is wrong. Girl, wrong is wrong. And Crystal Clear comes off as a very well opinionated and well thought out woman. She says she comes from the bloodline of Confucius. Okay, but again, who cares? What else we got going on? Who else I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, I got my new notepad, child. I ran out. I ran out of my old notepad, child. I had to get me a whole new one. Okay, so what does my note say? What does it say? Oh, Kyle. So yeah, so we got the wives welcoming their husbands. Kyle welcomes her husband Mauricio home and also, shoots a shit on how Diana shaded Garcelle, misspelled, of course, in a text. Pretty much explaining, drawn out. I mean, a text, girl, you could have sent a video or how about an email? That had to be like maybe 3-4 pages of text, the way they was describing how long and drawn out Diana had to explain her misfortune of losing a child and surgeries and treatments because of all of that. Ooh, my microphone. Did I make a mess? Yeah, so Diana went on and on and on to explain all, just violating her own HIPAA, child. Um, I don't need to say all that. We heard what she's. Oh, and if you haven't heard what she said, again, she had an unfortunate, miscarriage, and treatments and procedures because of that had to ensue immediately. What 12 weeks ago? That's not long, but everybody's different. What else did I write in here? Kyle, yeah, talking about Diana shading Garcelle, which she misspelled, child. And Mauricio was like, I don't give a good goddamn, Mauricio ain't here for that. But yeah, everybody has something to say about that text, child. Next, we have EJ, the most recently convicted of, what is that, malfeasance? What was she convicted of or sentenced about? The judge said she got to get back the ring. Complicit. This heifer was complicit. Now I wonder if they can tie in or correlate her being complicit with the other stuff that they found on her or around her on time. That's gonna be interesting because the feds be, you know, putting everything on folks, especially folks who take advantage of other folks and do other folks wrong. Those, what they call them, white collar crimes. Child, please. What's next? Yeah. Okay, so EJ, still on her ass, flaunting her illegal wealth and her hair weave business that she's the face of. But we didn't get a name. Did y'all see a name? I don't think I saw a name. Maybe they can't say the name. But anywho, hey, hair is a $1 trillion business. So she said, I need to get on this shit too. Like the black girls, it ain't, hey, I know that's right. She probably can't say that, but I pretty much what she thinking. But I don't blame her. Like she said, she needs to get her ish together, and she was just told that she got to pay back billions for her tax fraud. Girl, this sounds like the brink. It really do. This really sounds like the brink. I hope she all right. Child, this is a long notepad. Child, I got lot to say. It got juicy, especially at Garcelle's party. Ooh, but before we get there, let's talk about Dorit and Sutton talking. Sutton comes over to Dorit's house and meets her mom for the first time. Compliments her mom, saying she's a jalapeno. Girl, I hope her mom ain't Spanish. Because here we go. These clumsy words. Is she? Where's Dorit? I thought she from Connecticut. Girl, I don't know, child. Her mama looked like she ain't from America. No shade, but I hope she ain't from nowhere where jalapenos is a delicacy, child, or native too. because there we go, the clumsy words offending folks. You know, I no shade, but folks need to really nowadays. If you say apple wrong, that's your ass. Okay, I'm just saying. What else she say? Oh yeah, so they talk about Diana Shade and with the assigned seats. Now, wait a minute. Dorit playing. She playing in Sutton face, and I don't like it. And she playing in my face because it's on that the World Wide Web TV. Now, Sutton brings up the fact about the assigned seats and how Diana told Sutton, no, sit to where you were before, meaning don't sit by me. Now, Dorit in her confessional admits to Diana giving her carte blanche to sit wherever, but she didn't address it with Sutton to give Sutton support. Hmm. See, that's that elitist mess I don't like. You won't call out those who are so called, affluent in the community you want to be a part of, or that you are a part of, or you long to be with. But behind so-called closed doors, you can say something. That's still, when she said something, it wasn't like she was um, contradicting Diana. She just made it funny. Oh, she told me I can sit wherever. Girl, bye. I'm sick of that mess. Call out the heifer, call out the heifer. It don't matter. Anyway, Dorit, I can call you something, but I won't. Then Sutton describes the text that Diane, talking with Dorit, describes the text that Diana sent where she spelled Garcelle's name wrong. That was funny. And Dorit said nothing again. Just, now, if it's on the cutting room floor, fine. But it wasn't aired. I'm pretty sure if that's a big old if, what's her name? Dorit shaded or said something against Diana, they would have shown it. But she didn't. See, that's that elitist mess I don't like. Girl, talk your shit. You talk about everybody else. Talk your shit. Come on now. Anyway, next we're at Sutton and Kyle. And, they're talking, and Sutton called Kyle. No, wait, where am I? Sutton called Kyle. Oh, Sutton called Kyle. They weren't together. Yeah, they were getting ready for Garcelle's party. And Sutton called Kyle discussing some things, and Kyle brought up the text and child. Mm, uh, Garcelle just may see Diana that night, you know, and how Diana booted Sutton out of her seat. Kyle just laughing at all of this. Kyle is the so-called producer, non-producer, producer, housewife of the show. Everything Kyle say is somewhat of a production, a literal production. Kyle ain't slick, heifer. So yeah, Sutton was just, wanting folks to be, nice. She mentioned she spoke with Diana and, trying to be nice, and it just didn't go well. Mm, I wonder why. Next, we have EJ wearing loose clothes at Garcelle's party. I wonder, was that an ode to Garcelle? Because Garcelle is, not the tight clothes wearing chick. She got that midsection, so she can't really flaunt it like that. Great legs, okay? But, she's got, that midsection that everybody do. Sometimes you just can't get rid of it. But at the same time, it looked like she ain't trying to. No shade, I'm just saying. EJ wearing loose clothes. Kyle looked amazing. That was really nice. I mean, that was beautiful. It was sexy. It was daring. It was really cute. What's her? Oh yeah, Diana shows up, child. And she said, even though she said what she said, she wants to be there to honor Garcelle and show her that she is not what she believes Garcelle thinks she is. Girl, bye. Okay. Okay. What? Bitch, what? Okay. So later on in the evening, there's some confrontation, right? And both Garcelle and Sutton shades Diana a little bit. But then later on, Diana talks about, you know, the Birkin. And she got all this, diamonds and stuff. And I'm like, oh gosh, she got this 250K diamond clasp on a, and what kind of purse was it? I don't know. Was it from TJ Maxx? She got a high-low purse. Okay. Anyway, Cherie comes in and is introduced to everyone. And she starts talking about her PUSS1, Punani Vagina Talks, little vagina monologue. And she mentions how, she is okay with it and how before she wasn't. And everybody starts, chiming in on their JJ stories. And then, child, EJ, who has been drinking, of course, reminds us of how PK was eyeing her poo poo. Then production shady behind starts flashing. Oh, look, no pun intended. The previous episodes, seasons rather, where that situation happened, where PK was kept, and they showed him 3 or 4 times, kept peeking at her puss. Yeah, okay. Should no married man keep looking in that direction if it ain't his that he goes home with? So, Dorit, check your man. You should have checked him then. But instead, she defended him. Well, if it's right there in your face, putting her hand up to her face, it wasn't right. If it was in his face, he would have ate it, licked on it. I guarantee. But it wasn't. It was across the table. And the fact that he kept staring and looking with that Cheshire cat grin on, oh, they're talking about me looking at her puss. They look at her puss. Puss, puss. What? Nah, dog. If that was my man, nah, dog. First of all, there wouldn't have been no conversation about it. Hello. And second of all, he wouldn't have been looking. But just by chance, if he did, it would have been smoke in the city. Because I don't play that. Like I said, you get with me, we are monogamous until death do us part. And even if we're just going together, we are monogamous from jump. Ain't no timeout, ain't no hall pass, and a damn sure ain't no looking at somebody else's puss. I don't care if she was butt booty ass naked. He gonna not look because of the respect he has for me. Dorit, ding, ding, ding. What else I write down? Child. Kyle brings up to Diana her text. Diana and Sutton are having, a little something. But Kyle brings up to Diana her text about Garcelle. Talking about she's direct and she can be destructive or destruction if things progress to the left. And Kyle just is laughing and giggling, trying to make light of it, but Diana is serious. Well, bitch, why you show up? You don't need a check to show up. I guess, she was there to start shit. That's all that was. Pretty much. What's that? Oh, the girls are dancing, child. Girls start dancing on each other, looking like it's the lesbian Soul Train line and carrying on. And Garcelle grabs Kyle's boobs on the dance floor. And her son walks up to Garcelle, was like, Mom, you got some explaining to do. And Garcelle just put her hands over his eyes, like, oh, shit. Yeah, girl, stop that mess. If that ain't you, stop doing it. And your kids right there. Hello. Y'all got a little too loose in front of cheering. Now, I don't care how tall and big they is, they cheering. Again, we not gonna promote promiscuity with the cheering. I done told y'all that's inappropriate. It's child abuse, child neglect, and child endangerment. Well, maybe not neglect. Abuse and what's the other word? Neglect. Anyway, it's the last two I said. Okay, let the children be children as long as possible before we have to start giving them adult thinking. They can't handle it. That's why certain topics of discussion are not had at the kids' table or at the schoolhouse. Again, they cannot handle adult complication, i.e., children don't get to sign contracts on their own. It's adult entertainment and all types of adult stuff, adulting. And kids aren't supposed to adult, they are supposed to kid. Now, I'm just saying, hey, when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think I'm right on this. Next, what else did I write? Yeah. Oh, the Soul Train line, child. Mm. I'm gonna need folks just to grab a beat and stay on it. Now, everybody having fun. I get it. You know, the hip hop mink off from Norfolk. You know, Crystal Clear's husband. He was getting it in. Sutton. I ain't gonna talk about nobody's dancing. I ain't gonna talk about it except for Kyle doing the splits. I'm sick and tired of Kyle wiping her coochie juice all over the dance floor. We don't need that. And girl, why do you want to put your coochie on the floor? Well, folks, feet, shoes, bottom of their shoes, they've been walking God knows where. It's just certain things we ain't supposed to do. And you all open it. It ain't like you wearing pants, child. You wearing drawers and a mesh over it, girl. And get your ass up off the floor, 50 years old, grandma. Get off the floor. Anyway, what's next? Oh, child, it got heated, child. It got heated. It got heated. It got heated. Yeah, Diana and Sutton go talk. Sutton invites Diana to talk. And she didn't really want to, meaning Diana, but she did. And she stuck her foot in her mouth again with her so called clumsy words destruction. It was destruction. She brought destruction, like she told Kyle and her. Now, wait a minute. Let's go back before we get into this situation. Did y'all see Diana's husband? No, are they? No, they're not married. Her baby daddy. What? Huh? He reminded me of who was that Justin guy who was what runner up? Was he runner up to Kelly Clarkson on American Idol? Guarini, child. That's who he reminds me of. He does those, is it those Red Bull commercials? Funny. Is it Red Bull? Anyway, this dude had I don't I don't know what that's called. It looked like mesh. No, not mesh. What is Sherpa? Extended Sherpa? What was he? What kind of coat? Child, was it a Sherpa extra long? What is that, Sherpa? Okay, whatever. I don't know. Um, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, back to Diana and Sutton, child. Diana was calling Sutton all kind of fakes. She called Sutton everything but a child of God and not cussing. Sutton wasn't having it. Sutton wasn't having it. She called Sutton fake and boring. It's obvious Diana doesn't get the sentiment or understands empathy, because you don't hijack someone's emotional bearing of their soul when you mention your own similar experience. It's called being empathetic. And perhaps Diana, wherever she's from and all of the life she's lived, their understanding of someone else bringing in their pain could, is something different, I guess. I don't know, but for her to be such a traveled, experienced woman at damn near 50, you would imagine her to understand empathy considering what she went through 12 weeks prior. I mean, I think Diana is looking for a reason, and I don't appreciate it. That's just me. But anyway, Diana mentions in her, confessional how on the boat, Garcelle and Sutton were fake and questionable because of what they were saying. And I'm like, damn, I really do think Diana gets it wrong. And then she goes in as if they're really coming after her, so she has to match their energy. I think it's a bullshit excuse. I think it's a scapegoat, and she didn't want to like Sutton and Garcelle, period. I wonder why she chose them not to like, even though the only issue she's had is with Sutton. Now, yes, when people call each other out, I think Diana doesn't like that. And so maybe that's why Dorit's not saying anything. Dorit is a keen person. I think she picked up on that. And that's why she's not going or saying anything against Diana. Maybe it's an unwritten rule with all those ladies. You don't go against the wealthy, even though you have a slight difference of opinion. Child, I guess. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff trying to rationalize Diana, but maybe Diana's just a bitch. And speaking of, Sutton calls her an asshole after so much back and forth. Child, Sutton puts her hand on Diana's knee. Diana's like, "Don't touch me, don't touch me." But Sutton kept touching her. That's where Sutton was wrong. When somebody say don't touch them, I mean you don't touch them. Now, if it was me, girl, don't touch me, and she kept it there, I would have slapped it off and pushed her away from me. I don't care what it was happening, whether it was a light touch or a squeeze or anything. Bitch, don't touch me, don't touch me. I don't want you touching me. And I'm real surprised that, but again, you know, Sutton can't be that way, meaning she can't come, against Diana and then expect to caress her body in any type of way and make her feel loved by it. It doesn't make sense. So I was with Diana with that. Don't touch her. And it's not cool to put your hands on people when you're arguing with them. Even if it's a friendly gesture, it's taken as not a friendly gesture because you're arguing. And again, when you touch somebody in an argument, whether it's your friendly gesture or not, you may draw back a nub. So again, we talking about Diana and Sutton, okay? And what else does Diana call her? Girl, Sutton calls Diana a rude asshole. Did she call her a bitch? Child wrote down rude asshole bitch. Oh wow, I gotta go back and see. Anyway, so Garcelle comes over, Kyle comes over first, and they're like, "What's going on?" And Sutton was like, "I just want to talk to Diana. I don't want a whole crowd. They don't leave, so it's them four." And that's when Garcelle, was like, "What the hell's going on?" Diana's going back and forth with Sutton. Diana's going back and forth with Garcelle. You know, Garcelle is just like, "Nah, I'm not having it." But before she leaves, she brings up, "No, no, no, wait. What did she say?" Oh, there it was. Garcelle was irritated to the hilt with Diana. And she told Diana, "I'm going to leave because it's my party and I want to have fun. So bump y'all, I'm out." I don't blame her. Everybody got time for that shit. Anyway, Denise did not keep her appointment with the party, and Garcelle was pissed about it. And EJ was going in on Denise, talking about she already, this is the third strike. Fuck that bitch. Da-da-da-da. Now, was she drinking, or what was the the irateness of it all that EJ illegal was giving Denise, via Garcelle? I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting. It was like EJ was twisting the knife when it came to Denise. But Garcelle was like, "Listen, you ain't got to go so hard. I get it. I'm not gonna dismiss her totally, but she is on my shit list." And because Garcelle was disappointed big time. But Denise ain't there for the camera. She don't want to be filmed. And I'm pretty sure it's all about optics. She doesn't want to consent to filming, nor does she want the blurry model because it's going to be mm, shady that she didn't consent. So just don't show up. That sounds more like Denise than her just not showing up because of whatever other reason. My opinion, I could be totally wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be. What else I say? Oh, Kyle needs to keep her hands to herself. She like to push people, yeah, and push the shoulder. Girl, again, you push me, I'm gonna push you back, bitch. And I ain't playing. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Kyle needs to calm down. First of all, it wasn't even Kyle's fight. And first of all, look, second of all, third, fourth, fifth of all, she was told to freaking leave by those who were involved, but she chose to stay. So, you get what you get. What's next? What else did I put on here? Sudden fake and born. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a little watch what happens live tea, child. Garcelle said Diana is nuts and uneducated for that mess she pulled with the black content creator. Yeah, it was talked about. And how nuts Diana was talking about Garcelle. I don't blame her. And how no way over her dead body will EJ get with her son Oliver. But I thought Oliver was married with kids. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on there? Child, that was it. That was it. It was long. No, I think it's the longest review I ever did. Hey, Beverly Hills was long, child. It was a lot of mess. A lot of mess. I think I covered it. Did y'all see it? What y'all think about Sutton and Diana? Diana was like, "Well, if you want to come for me, come for me. I'm that bitch. And I can be a whole lot more." I'm sure you can, bitch. Huh. What y'all think about Kyle putting her hands on people when she's talking? Pushing people and trying to get their attention and carrying on like, bitch, what, where we do that at? You need to calm down. And we saw some heavy hitters at Garcelle's party. What y'all think about Lonnie Love's dress? Crickets, exactly. Um, it was really sweet how they all, showed up and, pretty much showed out for Garcelle's party. It was a nice, cute party affair, and I liked the space. It was kind of great. Tell me what you think about Diana. along with her wanting to prove people who she is, or just, go along with the narrative she believes people believe about her. And that's the thing. She wants to portray what she believes people believe about her versus seeing exactly what it is. And I think that's part of the issue with her. I guess she wants to beat people to the punch. I don't know, but she just may get punched because everybody ain't that, you know, politically correct. Anyway, I'm not saying anybody on the show would. These ladies would never put hands on somebody else except for Kyle, but yeah, that was it. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12, episode 8. These heifers, child, some of them are wealthy, but not everybody. But yeah, that was kind of cute. We're gonna find out what happens next week from this party situation with Diana and Sutton and everybody else. So tune in, y'all, and don't forget Ray Ray Night Live is coming. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks. Bye, y'all.